I remain in a completely perfect kitchen. The ledges are shrouded in flour. She remains at them, hanging tight for me. She's carrying out the treat mixture in profound, even strokes, similar to the sea kissing the ocean side. Her delicate murmuring fills the kitchen with adoration. Her hands lift me up. I'm in a Naval Force blue sundress with minimal yellow sunflowers on it. Here, darling, she gives me a cover and I lift my little arms loyally to her. She ties it around my midsection. A little teddy bear gripping a moving pin in one delicate, earthy colored paw is sprinkled across my stomach. Furthermore, close to me, she rolls. I watch the muscles in his insult arms swell with the strain. The daylight makes the sugar flicker and shimmer like sparkle. The room smells pleasantly of the desserts we are working so industriously to make. She grins at me and signals at the dough shapers. There's some essential for me that realizes that these dough shapers are mothers. For what reason does she have mom's extraordinary dough shapers, I wonder? They are a profound copper tone and mom got them from her mom who got them from her mom. For 11.5 months out of the year, they're put away in worn gallon estimated baggies with zipper seals. The sacks feel harsh on my little fingers, however mom says they don't should be supplanted at this point. At the point when they course out of the packs, they play a chorale of music that sounds like their own holiday song as they crash onto the wooden table. Maggie's fingers and dig handle and reach for our cherished shapes. Mother lets us know that we really want to remove the large shapes on the gingerbread batter first, as she snack a piece. So Maggie and I press the enormous monster heavenly messenger. Her wings are the range of my palm. Push down solidly, she educates, putting her delicate palm onto our own. It harms briefly, however when we discharge we can see the state of the heavenly messenger. Carefully, Mother scoops the holy messenger onto the treat container. Maggie is in her corner, squeezing the cut out of occasion chimes into one corner. At the point when we've done all our little hearts can, Mother balls up the batter and carries it out once more. Maggie and I snack on the treat mixture, snickering while at the same time singing, "Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow." So for what reason does the lady have mom's cutters? At the point when she takes a gander at me, I notice she's Asian. Like me, I follow my almond-molded eyes and look at hers. I follow the incline of my button nose while retaining the slant of hers. She grins and her eyes crease very much like mine. How might you potentially see when you grin like that? The white school photographic artist asked me, so I quit grinning in the photographs. Yet, she doesn't ask me. She knows. Her long fingers show mom's dough shapers, however I don't feel right utilizing them without her. I shake my head, so the lady snatches a shaper. She removes the state of the chimes. Mother says you really want to cut the huge shapes first. I descend and reach for the huge holy messenger. Be that as it may, she vanishes. I search the counters fiercely. Then, at that point, I go after the greatest gingerbread man, all things being equal, who is just about as tall as the holy messenger. I handle him firmly and press him into the mixture. The lady gestures reassuringly. She squeezes her hand into mine, and since she is standing so close I can smell her fragrance. The fragrance of almonds fills my nose. It's sweet and light. What's more, I need a greater amount of it. Her hand is cold against mine. Mother's is rarely cold. Where's Maggie? I inquire. Mother says we can't make treats without my younger sibling close by. It's the principles. The lady doesn't reply, simply shakes her head. Her long, dark hair falls around her shoulders. The lady comes to up and attaches it with a long, single, thick, red strip. I notice she's wearing hoops, little pearls, like the thoughtful I requested when mom let me pierce my ears. I hear a clock going off. The lady starts squeezing shapes into the batter with master speed. She picks the ringers, a little treasure, 2 little men, and 1 snowman. I simply remain back and watch. The batter dries on my palms and I dust them off. She has filled a plate. The lady grasps the silver nonstick sheet firmly and opens the broiler. At the point when she turns I see she's in a cashmere, cream-shaded sweater. The thoughtful I have just at any point seen Granny wear, not one mother would wear. Mom wears dazzling red pullovers with Snoopy from Peanuts enhancing his little red house for Christmas on them. I likewise notice the tan jeans and little expressive dance pads on the lady's feet. They have a major gold belt clasp. Those aren't mother's shoes, by the same token. She wears radiant red chat all-stars with her dazzling red sweaters. At the point when the lady opens the stove entryway, the hotness inundates me. I'm somewhat awkward and I mishandle with the lashes of my little dress. The lady gets back to the counter and gathers up the mixture. She balls it firmly and flours the counter. I watch her carry out the mixture and start the interaction once more. The clock sings boisterously. The lady has filled the following treat sheet. She strolls to the broiler, delivers the treats, and sets them on top of the oven. With master accuracy she turns on her heel and pops the plate of batter in. I need to ask her for what reason she left me, why she let me be embraced. Be that as it may, the words don't come. All things being equal, she starts orchestrating the treats on a silver cooling rack on the counter by the tan oven. Mother never utilizes cooling racks. She simply allows the treats to cool on the plate. When the treats are organized, the lady gets back to me. The once huge wad of mixture is presently tiny. She removes a lump of it and drops it in the center of my hand. She grins and tears some for herself. I notice her flawless white teeth. The manner in which her eyes crease makes mine crease. The batter is sweet and only a bit of touch zesty. It liquefies in my mouth. The lady puts the principal treat sheet in the completely white sink. It has no different dishes. Mom's sink consistently has different dishes. Maggie's brilliant sippy cups and plastic plates that are totally partitioned so her broccoli doesn't contact her Macintosh, and cheddar which doesn't contact her fish sticks. The lady puts the second plate of treats on the oven as she did with the first and starts orchestrating the treats onto another cooling rack. I remain on my little advanced stool and reach for the pastry plates. They're adorned with llamas wearing occasion lights and Santa Claus caps. There are little leaves of holly along the edges. The lady takes the plates from my hands and loads them with a portion of the treats from the principal bunch, all cooled and fit to be eaten up. She likewise several glasses of milk. That is very much like Mother. A little protein with your treat, my loves, she'd say to Maggie and me. The lady and I find a spot at Mother's kitchen table. The treats are crunchy outwardly and delicate in the center. I nibble the head off the huge holy messenger, which makes the lady chuckle. I need to hear all the more, so I attack her left wing, then, at that point, her right. The lady is giggling uproariously. I keep thinking about whether Mother can hear and I wonder where Mom is. I feel tears pricking the rear of my little bruised eyes. My eyes look very much as woman that is. She offers me an embrace. However, I don't need her. I need Mother. I alert to the sound of eggs being seared. The morning sun slices through a meager pink shade. However, Maggie can rest through it. She's forever been a weighty sleeper, says Mom when I tell her she doesn't need breakfast. Mom walks dependent upon me. She lifts my jawline so I can look into her delicate blue eyes. Just like mine. Are you all right, darling? You appear as though you've had a harsh evening, she says. Her voice is delicate. It seems as though home. My eyes apprehensively dart to the tallest cupboard in the kitchen, to the home of the dough shapers. I don't need to reply as Maggie staggers in. My sister eats up her eggs and flapjacks that Mom has cut into feasible nibbles for her. Presently recall, today we're going to the eye specialist later school, Mom says. She generally helps us to remember our timetable during breakfast. Mom looks at the kitchen clock, the one with the large feline eyes that dart to and fro over the long hall. She applauds and starts tidying up the table. I swallow down my glass of milk and race Maggie to our common washroom to clean our teeth. My psyche is floating to the lady. Mother is holding up by the entryway, grasping our knapsacks. Maggie's is blue. Mine is pink. We hurry into the vehicle. I'm actually spooky by the lady in the fantasy, by her grin most particularly. Mom gets Maggie and me in the pickup path at school. We heap into her white community and she requests us the most awesome aspect from our day. Maggie says the cafeteria served Macintosh and cheddar. I say I'm tired of Macintosh and cheddar. We drive to a major, red block working with heaps of windows. Mom drives all over the paths of vehicles for some time. Maggie is singing some tune she found out with regards to the Four Seasons and swinging her feet. Mom advises her to quit kicking the seat. Maggie doesn't stop. We at last park and Mother takes our hands. My left hand slips into her right. Mother's hands are warm and delicate. I like them more than the lady from my fantasy's hands. We stroll very high adapted structure. Our feet sound clearly and noisy on the tile floor. There is an enormous drinking fountain which Maggie surges up to. Her little fingers go after the water. We'll return when we're done, Mama guarantees. She ushers us into the workplace with The blue eye on the glass entryway. I take in the enormous room full otter hair who advises us to remain against the white divider for an image. I don't grin. Mother sits in Maggie and me. I can feel my palms getting sweat-soaked and go after Mama's hand. She strokes mine delicately so I open up my palm. I press my fingers into hers and snicker in light of the fact that the highest point of my nails just reach 2/3 up her finger. "You're developing so huge," she murmurs. A lady in blue cleans calls out to Maggie and me. We hop up and follow her into another enormous white room. I'm going first since I am the most seasoned, I broadcast. Maggie doesn't dissent. She has us sit in a seat and check out a picture of an intensely hot air swell taking off through green fields. The lady grins a ton, and keeping in mind that Maggie gazes at the inflatable, I read her name identification says Becky. Becky tells Mama a few things and we follow her out of the room down a long white lobby with wooden entryways on one or the other side of us. She flicks a couple of brilliant plastic banners posted over the entryway prior to giving us access. I sit down in the huge, dark, calfskin seat. I sink back in it. The room is cold and scents excessively perfect. Mother and Maggie sit in green fabric-covered seats, a similar one from the lounge area. I notice a mirror. Becky returns. She sits down on the stool opposite me. I'm given a little wooden spoon which I use to cover my left eye and the lights click off. Becky shows me a diagram of letters. She trains me to peruse the last line I can. I'm frantic to breeze through the assessment. I murmur out, M, P, Q, Z. The last letter is positively sketchy. Becky simply grins and has me change the spoon to my other eye. I rehash the test. In any case, presently I'm not completely certain on the Q, as well. Becky simply grins again and lets me know this machine will assist me with improving. I incline forward against the dark outsider contraption. With many little focal points. Becky is correct. She has me select from 2 unique choices, however with each snap the letters become more clear. I hear her say to my mom that I will require glasses. She lets me know that it's an ideal opportunity to expand my eyes. My heart starts to race as Mama stands and holds my hand. Becky advises me to hold open my eyes and gaze straight up. The primary drop hits like corrosive. I shout. Maggie shouts and hops up. I can see her racing to me. Becky says, "We need to do 3 more. I interest to know for what reason, to which she answers, "This is on the grounds that you have such dim eyes, darling." I would rather not be her darling. Each drop feels like salt, and chlorine from the pool is surging in and consuming my eyes. Maggie is entirely gone. Crazy, and Mama is attempting to persuade her to be courageous. I spot at my eyes with the gave tissues. I feel good. Maggie sits down and finishes a similar custom I did with Becky. At the point when I twist to check out the mirror adjacent to me, I understand I can see the letters plainly. The Q was an O and the Z was a T. I feel like a nitwit. Becky has Maggie and I switch seats in light of the fact that the specialist will be in soon. When Becky is gone, Mama tells Maggie and me that we were so fearless. Maggie's eyes are red and her students are immense. We stand and laugh at one another while Mama watches. There comes a little thump on the entryway and the laughs die down. I steadily sit down. The one who strolls in is the lady from my fantasies. I need to stagger to get my jaw from the floor. She sits on Becky's stool. She wheels over and interferes herself as Dr. Yang. I mutter out my name and she grins that equivalent priest looked at grin from my fantasy. She inclines forward and advises me to do likewise. A brilliant light hits my eyes. She advises me to take a gander at her hoop. It's a little pearl. With her this nearby, I can smell the almonds once more. I focus on her hoop as she focuses on my eye. The lady's long fingers brush a lock of my hair from my eye. As trained, I gaze upward, down, left, and right with my left eye. Then, at that point, I rehash the cycle with my left. Maggie goes ahead. I keep thinking about whether she feels as associated with Dr. Yang as I do. Most likely not, on the grounds that Mama says Maggie and I have diverse birth moms. Dr. Yang isn't her introduction to the world, Mother. She is mine. Mother chats with Dr. Yang for some time and we stroll back to the sitting area. "I'll see you soon," says Dr. Yang. I gesture and grin as I put forth a valiant effort to remember her calming voice. Mom takes us to a man with wavy earthy colored hair and square glasses. He finds a spot at a glass table and invites us as we approach. Mother hands him 2 bits of paper and teaches Maggie and me to investigate. Maggie and I look at the brilliant edges absolutely thrilled. We take a stab at red ones, dark ones, blue ones, and purple ones. A few casings are square, others are round, and a couple are oval. Our noses crease at the unmistakable plastic piece of a small bunch of casings that squeeze marginally. A few grams don't have that component. Maggie chooses a blue square edge and I pick a pink adjusted square casing. Somewhere off to the side I see Dr. Yang. I keep thinking about whether I hurried to her now on the off chance that she could address my inquiries, since it's as of now not a fantasy. However, she strolls energetically to one of the entryways and closes it behind herself. Maggie and I gaze at ourselves and each other in the mirror. Our students appear as though they fell off our squishy toys. Our little eyes are currently so large. Mother gives up her visa and we skip away with the guarantee to return soon to get our glasses. Outside the workplace, the indoor water includes surges around. As we step nearer, I breathe in the sharp aroma of chlorine and flinch. In any case, Maggie is ever dauntless. She strongly skirts to the huge, square bowl and sits down on the tiled edge. Her little feet hang and brush the tile floor as her fingers go after the water. It's chilly, she says as Mama dives in her well-used, red wallet and gives her a penny. She gives me one, as well. It's cold in my grasp and I know whether I carry it to my lips for a kiss for best of luck, it'll smell metallic-y. The water surges stronger alongside me. I need to blast once more into the workplace and toss my arms around Dr. Yang. I want to apologize for not confiding in her the previous evening. However, will she remove me from Mama? Make a wish and throw the penny in the